What is one piece of advice that has significantly improved your mental health? We don't get paid enough for this shit. No is a complete sentence. It's getting easier to say as I get older, but I'm always surprised when people just accept it, and I wish I started saying it years ago. It's too difficult to keep up with white lies. I'm sick. I've got a birthday dinner. I've got plans. When you just want to say, no. Never skip on sleep. No matter the condition you have. It does not make you a monster. It's your choices that decide who you are. Not your mental illnesses or the symptoms or what any ableist jerk says. And you should not have to feel ashamed of yourself for it. And most importantly, you deserve accommodations and proper treatment by default. You don't need to earn it. Work to live. Don't live to work. Not my circus. Not my monkeys. This too shall pass. Helps with anxiety. Quit drinking. Don't take what other people say or do to you personally. Changed my life completely. When you're easily offended, you're easily manipulated, works like magic. You are not your thoughts. That it's okay to cut people off. Just because someone is blood family, or has been in your life for a long time, doesn't mean you owe it to them to allow them to be a part of your life. If someone makes you miserable or incredibly toxic, get rid ASAP. Your quality of life will 100% improve. You can't help those who don't want your help, and you can't help those who aren't willing to help themselves. Don't be afraid of failure. Be afraid of being in the same place next year as you are today. I read that in 2018. 2 months later, I packed all of my belongings in my car and moved 6 states away. A year later, I was killing it in sales. A year after that, I got out of a toxic 6-year relationship. 6 months after that, I was accepted into my dream school. 2 years later, I graduated the top of the class, bought a house and married my best friend. Just know this. Keep pushing the needle forward. Always improve. And don't be afraid of more. If the causes of your depression or anxiety would be eliminated had you been born with a trust fund, you don't have a mental health issue. You have an economic one. Better living through chemistry. Seriously, just take the meds. No shame needs to be attached. A person told me once that not everyone is going to like you in this life, and that's okay. Just do you. I've met a lot of folks that I tried to get along with in life. But sometimes you just gotta say fuck it and not care what assholes think. That main character syndrome is totally a thing, and most people are so absorbed in their own shit that they don't care what I'm doing, so I'm the only one relentlessly judging myself. None. Because advice doesn't do anything. I do. One thing I continuously do that improves my mental health is requiring direct evidence for me to believe any negative assumptions about myself or others. By asking, how do I know this is true? Repeatedly. Until my answer is either a verbatim sentence someone said, or a direct physical action somebody performed. 99% plus of the time, evidence of negativity doesn't exist. You are obligated to nothing and no one. Nobody cares that much. Most people are focused on their own selves and their own tasks and problems. They won't pay much attention to you unless you go out of your way to get it. This helped a lot with my social anxiety. And I've become far more comfortable in my own skin and care far less about what other people think. Not inherently mental health, but could absolutely lead to saving your mental health. My dad has always told me, never lend money you can't afford to never see again. When you lend money, do it with the expectation that they'll never pay it back. When something makes you anxious, either do it over and over again until you're no longer anxious. Or if it's something you can just avoid, don't do it at all. It feels good to just admit you are who you are. Live your life. Never underestimate the importance of having goals. Everyone is winging it. Get off social media. Let it go. If it won't matter ever again after the next 24 hours are over, let it go. Nobody has ever advised me this, but I always say this to myself, that you are your own savior. Nobody would ever come to protect you. So every time I feel like calling out for help, I pat my shoulder and stand up again. You'll never be ready for what you have to do, you just do it, and that makes you ready. Take time off. You're not responsible for everyone's opinion, and don't go exposing yourself to a lot of negativity in order to try and change it. It'll just drag you down. You're just one person. It's best to stay in your lane. Appreciate your small world and you'll be much happier. You can do whatever you want forever. Immediately puts all the needless guilt to shame. No. Brain. I don't need to feel bad about taking time to make a bracelet or about having a soda. Because it's my life. And I can do whatever I want as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. You can't control how other people will act. Trust me on this one.